Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with one of 100 billion miniature masterpieces. And for this one, we are venturing into the Baroque period. Although, before we start, I need to just say that if you hear some rumbling or some noises, there's some brick pointing going on in our building, and so there's just a little construction noise. It's part of the jolly life here in the city. Now, music. Let's talk about music. Dismus Zelenka, that fantastically quirky Baroque composer, one of the few who had genuine melodic originality to his idiom and whose Baroque music doesn't sound like anyone else's Baroque music. He wrote very little orchestral music. All of it is contained on 3 CDs in this splendid set on CPO, featuring Das Neu Eröffnete Orchestra under Jürgen Sonnenthal. Yes, that's a tongue twister, unless you happen to be of Deutsch extraction, which I'm not, so if I mangled it, my apologies. But this is a fantastic set, 3 CDs worth of stuff. And the entire Zelenka orchestral works have only been recorded twice in a set like this. There's this one, obviously, and then the old one on Archive, on Deutsche Grammophon Archive, featuring the Camerata Bern, which was issued and then reissued with the trio sonatas and then deleted. Like everything, it's deleted. And it's so stupid. It's just so stupid, because when you have, first of all, great music, and second of all, one of only, in this market, 1 or 2 recordings in existence of it, keep it in print. Brilliant Classics licensed it for a while too, but that seems to have vanished. I don't understand it. It's a complete mystery to me why this stuff is not constantly available and marketed, because you hear it and you instantly want it. It's fabulous music. Zelenka's orchestral music consists of the following, which I have here on the back of the book. There is something called a hypochondriac. I don't know what that is, except it sounds like a Baroque tango. It's a hilarious, marvelous piece of music. And then there's the concerto for 8 concertante, that's solos, and a symphony for 8 solos, and an overture for 7 solos, and the overture, which he calls a symphony, from his sort of quasi-opera festa teatrale, special event operatic morality melodrama, the St. Wenceslas thing. It's, who knows what that is. And finally, there are 5 Capriccios. The Capriccio, as Zelenka envisioned it, is really basically a Baroque suite. It's an overture-like movement and then a bunch of dances or other things attached to it. And some of these things have very fanciful titles. There's one called The Furious Man, and there are other interesting. They're not the usual Allemande, Courant, Sarabande, Gigue things that you find in everyone else's overtures. So in this particular case, in Capriccio number 4, which is one I particularly love because they all have insanely virtuosic instrumental parts, especially like the highest horn writing in like the history of humanity. I think only Haydn goes higher in one of his symphonies, but they are crazy, crazy virtuosic pieces, enormous fun to listen to. And Capriccio 4 has something called Aria I and Aria II. A very unresonant title. We're going to hear Aria I from Capriccio 4. It does not sound promising, but Zelenka's melodic character was so compelling. He was Czech, and like Dvorak and those other Czech composers, his music features rapid oscillations between major and minor harmonies, like Schubert later did also, which makes it very, very affecting and very ear-catching. And Aria I, which is not even a typical aria, it's a quick movement, it's fast, and it's not like slow and lyrical and swimmy. It's perky. And it has a tune which you cannot get out of your head once you hear it. It's just amazing. In fact, the minor key bits, which you'll hear, well, let's play it, shall we? I have it right here. You get 3 separate booklets from the 3 separate single discs that originally came with this before they all got boxed up. So this is on disc 3, and it's the Aria I from Capriccio 4. Here you go. Isn't that just great? I just love the minor key digressions. It kind of sound a little bit to me like Eleanor Rigby. I don't know why. In the character, not exactly the tune, perhaps. But anyway, Zelenka was a genius. It's so easy to get his orchestral music. I mean, it's 3 discs, that's all. And if you want one thing, you're going to want to hear all of it because it's all equally compelling and fun to listen to. And that's really all you need to know. At some point, I may do a talk about all of the orchestral music and play more samples and all that. But this miniature masterpiece, less than 2 minutes long, is Aria I from Capriccio 4 by Dismus Zelenka. Thanks for joining me, folks. Keep on listening. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and take care.